You know, you go over there and they told you weapons of mass destruction. Okay, then the next day in the news, the news was cooperating with them. There was no such thing as weapons of mass destruction. Okay, everybody knows that now. But in the meantime, we done got mad. I done killed, I don't know how many women and children I have personally killed over there. And they was walking down the street and I killed them. I killed them. It was no video game. At home I was playing video games. Shoot this guy. Those were real people. They screamed, they bled, and it wasn't no game. And that works on people. That works on people because there's, no matter, only a few people go into war and get addicted to it. They gotta have it. They like it. You know, there's a percentage of people like that. They love it. They love the smell of that powder, gunpowder. They like all that. You know what I mean? They like it. There's a group of people like that. There's a group of people that will torture anybody the government tell them, and they'll get off on the torture because they just stretched out. They're weirdos, as people would call them. And they like it. So this proactive, preemptive operation and provoking action, fabricating the enemy, is something that the government has been doing all along. It's always been doing that. Now, I want to go to something that, where is it at? Okay. Is this stuff new? Is what we've been doing a new thing? I want to read Prerequisite to Unity. Masjid al-Islam clears the air. And then I've got everybody on Masjid al-Islam and former American Muslim Mission. That's the key. Masjid al-Islam and Jamaat al-Tabligh. Masjid al-Islam and Islam. Masjid al-Islam and Shia Connection. Masjid al-Islam ideological impact on Oakland, the Bay Area, and the nation. The impact is what positions were taken, what strategies were developed, what was others' response, what we believe the Muslims should do to solve their small differences and maximize their full God-given potential. It has more here, but this is a program we're having Sunday, December the 4th, 1986 in Oakland. Okay. Let's see what we got here. This is dealing with trying to isolate you, trying to cut you off, stuff we deal with right now. So, 12/9/86, Sheldon, that's my oldest son, arrested. 12/10, the next day, Terrell Abdul-Ali, he's arrested. You see what I mean? So when we have that program on the weekend, the only witnesses I have to everything that's going on, because see, my sons was living with me at the Masjid. We got on the road, we traveled together, and whenever we would go on the road, they would get juiced up on those motivational tapes and historical tapes, and that's what we listened to on the road. And they would come back to Oakland juiced up for about a week, if they would last that long. Then Oakland would take over. And they would go other places. I remember when one of the first trips was up to Portland, Oregon, and going up to Portland. No, we went up to Seattle, and then, but we stopped along the way. We was in Eugene, and we was in Corvallis, those places. Corvallis had just opened up a nice masjid in Corvallis, Oregon. So we would, of course, go to the store and everything, and they would walk around, and I would go running every day. You can see on all of the days I go running every day at that time. and it would be like ran 6 miles, ran 8 miles, ran, you know what I mean, good run, all that. So I ran every day. Okay, they would go out too, and they would see people leave their windows rolled down, and if it wasn't going to rain, the sunroof would be back, and they would go in the store, you know. Imagine young Negroes. My youngest son at that time was about 12. He's 51 or 2 now. So anyway, he said, Dad, these people, when I was in the store, the lady walked on in the back and was doing something and came out later. But you know, a little old Negro in the store in any big city, they're going to be there, call her, keep your eye on her. That is a Negro. No, yeah, it's Negro. You a Chinaman, you a Korean, you whatever you are, but that's a Negro. They steal. Automatically. The young ones steal all the time, and the old ones steal whenever they can. Okay, so they got you. It was all eye-opening to them. And then people to help us, we was traveling to raise funds for the Masjid when we just opened. It was good. And then you driving in Oregon, and you look over a beautiful stream, you know what I mean? And you pull off. It was myself, my younger son, and 2 young Iranian brothers. They would go deal with the Iranians. We would deal with the so-called Sunnis. And we would all be swimming. You know, you jump off and go swimming. And then, man, I was looking at my son. He was splashing, hey, Dad, da, 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 acting like a real kid. In the city, they all trying to roll in their eyes and everything. They just, you know, that's the way Oakland was. And out there, they just splashing, having a good time. I said, man, the city is serious, the city. You know, I mean, I'm looking at it sociologically and everything. But anyway, so, where we at? So they were arrested. One on the 9th, one on the 10th. So when I'm standing there presenting this program, I'm presenting it all by myself. And when we would have these programs, there would be tons of people come. 80% of them was the police. I'm pretty certain of that. 80% of these people was the police. And that's okay. Because remember, why are we clearing the air? Because the same thing we got here. Those same old stupid rumors. Right? And none of them are true that I know of. None of the rumors, if y'all know some of it's true, just let me know when you're on camera that no, Imam Musa is mistaken. He did all this. This if there's any truth in all of it, everything they say, it's just a lie. You know. But it works. Over the years, they not only clear the air, but you clear the whole joint. It's clear. Ain't nobody here, right? So it works. So this is about the 3rd time this happened. So this is 86, we're clearing the air. In the meantime, 12/6/86, and I'll pass this around. Ran Chabot, that's the lake, lifted iron. Notebooks missing. 4 date books. Accordion folder missing. Big victory. If that's 4 notebooks, that means all of my notebooks is missing up to that time because I'm living in the Masjid. You know what I mean? So the books for 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, and 85 are missing. And all the books are like this. It's one book that has whatever you spent that day, whatever you do, and then you have the writings, you know, books that we put this stuff in. that's full of writings, everyday writings. So, big victory. I call it a big victory. This would be psychologically devastating to most people. These are my personal notes. And at that time, you didn't want boss man knowing, the less you know about your business, the better you felt. We're not doing that this time. Because of this whole history, we tell him everything all the time about everything. No secrets. No skeletons. Why? We ain't got no skeletons in our closet. Can you imagine a Negro with no skeletons in his closet that ain't scared to mention anything you want to talk about? The airplanes, you want to talk about under people's clothes, don't make no difference. Let's get it on. Why? Because if there's any skeletons around, they and you, not us. Now, we know Allah sees everything. But to tell you the truth, when you know boss man is watching everything you do, technically it improves your behavior. You gotta be right, because Allah ain't gonna just mess with you. You know what I mean? He know you're a human being, but boss man is watching you to find something wrong. Right? To blow your whole thing out. Oh yeah, we went to Masjid and Newark and all that. Okay. But this one right here, the things with the circle around, that's what happened. I just passed that around for you to see what was going on. Then there's other things too. Like for instance, on the 31st of January, 87, we went down to Railroad Avenue. Railroad Avenue is like just what it sounds like. Railroad Avenue, where the trains are, and people dump trash down there. This one right here says, trash, gun pull, roof, right? So, we throwing the trash away. White boy with long hair, he looked like a Hell's Angel, except he had khakis on. He pulled the gun. Put that back. He has nothing to do with Railroad Avenue. He don't live there. In fact, this is a black neighborhood. He don't have nothing to do with it. But he got out, pulled the gun, looked like a 44 Magnum. A 6-shooter. Put that back. I said, you kiss my behind. Who the hell are you talking to? And the brother that was with me, toll-free, so-called Kareem, he was going to run and I said, leave that stuff alone. And I said, who you pulling that gun on? And so, actually, the guy holding the gun jumped in his El Camino, whatever it was, and drove on off. From then on, the government knew that when I talked about martyrdom, this nigga is on that martyrdom thing. He's not afraid of, you know what I'm saying? So from then on, you could hear Abdul Malik Nim mention martyrdom, and they knew that whatever everybody else was talking about, when I was talking about it, I meant it. I meant it. And then here's another one. January 17th, 88. Ran Lake Chabot with fun runners. Ran 7 miles, whatever fun runners were. Hyatt Regency, W.D. Muhammad. I went to see the chief that day. Then right here it says, wheel came off. Wheel came off. A few days later, I was in New York doing a program. Javad Zarif remember he was stationed up there in New York. And at that time he wasn't a UN ambassador, but he was getting close to it. He was second in the office at that time. That means all the programs that was going on that we did, he was managing the program. He was the on-hands guy. So when we would go places, I would stay with him, or he would take me to the hotel. All of that stuff he would do. We had a lot of programs then. You see at the bottom it says wheel came off?
It says that circle.
Yeah, it says the circle. See at the bottom? Yeah. Okay. Here's what happened. When we was in New York that time, when we was right there on Woodside, where there's a Masjid 50-something called Masjid Ali Center or something like that in New York. Was parked right outside. He said, man, when I was driving on the freeway the other day, my back wheel came off. And suppose my kids would have been in the car, and oh, he was actually scared. Okay, I was driving the city chief. And all of a sudden, when I stopped at the thing, I see a wheel go by. It was actually my wheel. And they can do it on the back wheel. See, because the back wheel, if it's the front wheel, although I had front wheels on the front wheel, I had a truck and it has that little hub on there. And I kept driving, and it goes. I tell you what, it was one of them. It was PG&E, Pacific Gas and Electric. It was one of those Pepco trucks we bought from the auction, you know. And it was a Chevy, the same thing they have here. So I'm driving, and then when I get to a corner, I would hear a noise. So some Turkish brothers, they had an auto place. And I'll get back to the subject in a minute. So anyway, the brother looked at it, he hit pipes. He said, man, he drove, he couldn't find nothing. So then, we was there after he had shook all the pipes and everything. The right front wheel, he just hit it. He said, I can't find anything. And he hit it, and it was. So what would happen was, the thing has 5 lugs, right? 3 of them were inside the hubcap. You know what I mean? And 2 of them was holding the wheel. So when you come to a stop sign, slow down, the centrifugal force, when you drive, would keep them up against, you know what I mean, the top or the bottom, wherever they at, the centrifugal force. But when you slow down and stop, they would fall down and make a noise. So he just hit it. Now psychologically, that's supposed to cause my back wheel and came off. And now, I gotta check my truck every time or whatever I'm driving because you know what I mean? So psychologically, this is supposed to cause you psychological trouble. You saw what I said when they stole all of my notebooks and all of that? I said, big victory. So this optimism and this ideas that I have, to me, I feel like I'm acquiring them. I've been like that all along, from day one. That's not the first time. I've been like that. All the time. Big victory. That's supposed to make you mad, and then now the white man can look at all the stuff I've been doing, right? And it didn't make a difference. You know why? The people, when we opened the Masjid, they would have a whole group of people moved up by the Masjid. And they would walk by every day. They would always find somebody to sit in the Masjid with me all day. Either reading or something like that, all day, all the time. That's what they did. So this stuff that they're doing now is not new. It's been going on all along. So, This one has a circle at the top. It has H. Babbling Jones. Now, babbling is talking, speaking, or rapping. And Jones could be Smith or Brown or anybody. So H. Babbling Jones. This is a code. Anybody can figure it out, but it sounds colored. And I would write about, so when I would write about those people, I would use a code. Now at that time, we're good friends, but he was acting funny at that time, you know. And he acted funny all the way up till, you know, he got arrested. Because can you imagine I'd come to us and said, look, you're the big chief, you got a name, we still got a few more years of this trend of, you know, black nationalist trend in the early 80s, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84. And remember, we got our groups that are Islamic Party, okay, they're blackish, and they got, you can hear the blackness in their talk. The Dar al-Islam is the same way. They're in the process of being destroyed. We on the other side, and we're inviting people like Last Poets and all of that. And okay, and up next to us, the people who are up next to us are the police. I don't know if I ever showed you a long time ago, I used to give lectures and I would show a spark plug with I can't find it anymore. And then the bottle with the little oily look around it that would fit over a drain. Well, that spark plug I pulled out in my car. I was like, why this thing shake is an old Chevy? And I was getting ready to go on a thing. So the mechanic had put the thing in there, and the other brother that was his friend, they both polices. He said, well, let's look at the plugs, but the guy didn't tell him that he did that to the plug. So he took it all, that was good, and he took that one out, and it was straight almost. Yes, now you know it's supposed to have a little gap, but it ain't supposed to be straight, that little thing, because it's going to misfire. It makes it, you know, car run rough anyway. So I said, what is that? What's that? He said, I don't know. I knew he was mechanically oriented. In fact, he's the same.